All right, I've never played Genesis Noir before. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know what genre it's in. I don't think I have anything I need to change here. I'm not sure if the audio balance is right, so if we start and it's super quiet or super loud, please let me know. It is too complex for visual perception. Dimensions you perceive are only a portion of those that constitute space-time. Well, those physicists are wrong. String theory is not held out. Okay. Gotcha. Experience reshapes the world and makes this form eternal. Give it a name. Game's probably a touch quiet. I'm going to turn it up a little bit here. The constant. All right, I can entertain it in science fiction. My wife's a physicist. She hates string theory, so. I like the art style so far. Cool way to do the classic over-the-shoulder camera there. I'd love to see someone open their wallet and a fly out. Classic. Okay, so it might be point and click only. Select a watch. Oh, I was able to sell a watch. Nice. Pretty successful operation so far. Underpants. Okay. Walk or run? I like the music. Slipped on a shoe. Okay. Hence the noir. I like the lack of dialogue or text here so far. Just doing it entirely with images is great. Miss Mass in the Divine Jazz section. It's pretty funny. Can't sleep either. Advertisement from Better Days. Yeah, this game's art's phenomenal. It's fun. Looks like it's all hand-drawn. I don't know the number yet. To make me dial a rotary phone. Oh, is that what this is? Number? 980-6650. I've played several video games that have you do a rotary phone. I like the world melting around you as you dial. That's cool. You a busy signal, man? The game's quite a bit louder now. I'm going to turn it down a hair. This reminds me of a classic Muppet Show bit. Kermit the Frog. Oh, nice. It's the Dame. Game's maybe still a touch loud here. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. Whoa. That's cool, the guy with a gun. I like that. This game's visually really great. Other timelines or different things happen, perhaps. Good for losing track of time. Pop all the bubbles. There's anything else for me to click on, right? It's cool. Being in a sphere of unfathomable heat and density, uniform and perfect, this humble volume contained all the energy to become our universe. But in time, imperfections began to appear. Yep, that's the WMAP data. The fluctuations are great. That's where dark matter started to form and everything fell into little pockets. Yeah, true. Seeding. Yeah, this is gorgeous. I really like this. Like there's different perspectives all the time too. Gather the particles, maybe? Some of them. White seed that feeds on light rays. Oh, cool. Can we get through here then, I suppose? Did work, okay. Yo. Sometimes struggle to get it to respond here. Let's try this again. More seeds. Consumes dark energy. I don't know if they mean dark energy as in like the thing that's causing the universe to expand. There we go. Got light seeds and dark seeds. There's that spiral again that we saw in the shell casing. About Fibonacci here. Whoa. It's cool. Run across through here. Do you like them depicting the Big Bang WMAP data as like literally planting seeds? It's cool. Oh, each of these is different too. That's smart. Nice. It makes you get more light seeds later. That's pretty. Oh, nice. I wonder if this game was also on mobile. Some of the gestures would work really well with like a tap and hold interface over a click interface. More seeds. Nice. Darkness seeds. Am I like trimming the shorter ones? I see. That's cool. A good job of drawing your attention to stuff in this, I think. Direct it further down. Gotcha. Get out of here. Burn all this junk. Break it up. It's like a slime mold pathing. I see. These tree roots don't need a Noir detective guy to clear out all the disruptions. Oh, cool. And it was good. Well, I'm basically God. Okay, let's put seed here. We can get more seeds up here. You want to spend exactly 75 SP, do exclamation point up, show it, right? That'll spend exactly that amount instead of having to calculate how many votes it costs. There we go. Yellow. Devours golden beams. Interesting. There you go. Oh, we're back here. Okay, so it'll get me through this gate. I see. Yep, doing great. Get dark and light. I don't know what the gold represents just yet. Life, maybe? It's the same guy earlier with the gun. Yes. Yeah, I think so. No, not my watch. It is at the tree, right? So obviously with the title, there's some biblical imagery in here. We knocked the apple off, right? Well, that's a pretty cool depiction of a black hole. I like that it does the lensing effect around it. Watch spring. Yeah, we keep seeing the spiral pattern everywhere. really cool aesthetic to adopt for the kind of story they seem to want to tell here. Okay, so golden ratio. Got it. Stop the lady from getting shot if we can solve the golden ratio. Okay, no problem. Got it. Talented, vain, a murderer. I like that way of patterning them there. That's neat. Plan for how to save a god. First confrontation. Black hole that can stop the Big Bang. Nothing here. False lead. Do you like the use of Big Bang? Two meanings there. Only folded spacetime. We have 3 of these now. Yep. Hey, yep. Einstein ring, yep. I feel like I should either have Andrea play this game and she'll either love it or hate it. I like it so far, though. It's good. They're not doing a string theory thing. Could have just been talking about time as a not visible dimension at the start, right? Okay, it's got the golden ratio. There's the guy who's basically the devil, sort of. It's like mixing religious, film noir, and scientific imagery, which is cool. I haven't seen anything like it before. Keep following. And if they're trying to like depict this guy as Prometheus or like Lucifer, right? Or both. It could be both. Doing all these acts of creation, right? This could also just straight up be God, too. takes the power of God to write himself into the cosmos, perhaps? You want me to do something here, perhaps? This is where the trail ends, it seems like. Oh, wait, there it is, maybe. It's funny. Why are you drawing the universe in your image, bro? Golden boy. Viewed an enormous mural. Okay. Another spiral. Golden touch is missing. Like the divine jazz section. It kind of reminds me of the world building in the Silmarillion, right? Where it's like God has a legion of angels singing to do creation. So imagining that almost as like a jazz band. Smoke-filled chamber which light could not escape. Smoke's an interesting way to put it, but I'll take it's poetic. Universe was opaque. The heart of every gas giant lives a failed star. I wonder if any of the people involved in creating this have a background in astronomy or astrophysics. Sometimes it's worrisome, right? There's a lot of like amateur game devs who are really enamored by the pop science concept of like Schrodinger's cat, for example. They don't really understand what it actually means. Here I feel like they know their shit. It's good. Single match is missing. So it made me worried at the beginning that we were going to try to do a string theory thing, but that does not seem to be the case. The Constant Club. There's the number. Okay. So like you see the concept of mass. I need to go to that door if it lets me. Trying to click on everything. Oh, there we go. I like looking through the frame. That's cool. That's cool. Nice. Seen this kind of format of room before in a handful of games. It's cool. I think Life is Strange has a room that looks like this at one point. Although it apparently larger the closer I get to it. That's cool. Cool. Shake your fist at the pompadour guy. I kind of hope he's God. I kind of like to see more like almost silent film like games like this. There's a little bit of text, but for the most part, you're meant to understand what's going on entirely through images, which is great. An extinguished ego. This game is very much my shit. Took a little bit to onboard me, but I really like it. So need at least one more. Okay. Evidence left behind. There we go. Yep. I think that's what gold represents. What could imbue inert carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen with desire? A phenomenon called abiogenesis, not yet understood. In a pool, life began. Yeah. I guess the Noir guy kind of makes me think of like humanity trying to understand our place in the universe, trying to study it, reflect. Familiar golden ring discarded. Presenting that like the scientific pursuit of knowledge is like a noir detective down on his luck is really cool. I think I like it a lot. MM plus GB. MM is Miss Mass. I like that so far, at least, the imagery doesn't all seem to have like a one-to-one meaning, right? Where it's all precisely encoded to mean exactly one thing. It's kind of up to your interpretation. I think video games are still largely kind of immature isn't the right word, but the medium's not old enough that there's enough developers that know how to make that kind of art, right? They'll often like do stuff where it's like, okay, well, this clearly represents the Garden of Eden, right? And this guy clearly represents Lucifer or whatever. Kind of let yourself be taken by the images, which is cool. Let's see, throw a rock at him. Yeah, I like the idea of like if this is God, which I think is probably the most reasonable interpretation, that like, you know, humanity trying to understand the universe is us witnessing God doing a murder and then investigating the crime scene. It's great. Okay. Tossed to a fan or hurled at a heckler, but which one am I? Worship. I really like the opening bit with having to sell the watches. Yeah, this reads as worship, right? I think Pompadour Guy is God, and like the Einstein sense of God is like the forces of the universe, right? But he's also God in a religious sense. All right. Okay. Tie these to each other. Are we making molecules? It's interesting. We're in the primordial soup here. Yeah, this is a really cool game. I think another one that probably works best as a game, too, instead of being like a short film or something. We're getting more complex molecules now. Still rotate the thing to change connections here. There we go, I see. That's cool. There we go, nice. Carbon, I think? It's DNA now, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I like that it still is the same white, black, and gold. Kind of mirrors the look of the stars earlier. All right, Noir guy, how you doing in the primordial soup here? Oh, hey, thanks very much, Trace Race. Appreciate that.
Least I can do for the number of times I have watched your OSRS essay video.
Oh yeah, thanks so much. It's very cool. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm still working on the sequel. Increasingly complex life now. So far, the sequel video essay is, I have more words written down than I had in the original, so it's probably going to be like 5-6 hours long. I like thinking of our noir detective guy as like just the human pursuit of knowledge, or the human need to understand the universe, or just science in general. It's a really cool idea. I'm really glad they resisted what was likely the urge to have like a noir voiceover. We have sexual reproduction. All the different combinations, the basic building blocks. It's very cool. Some of these are better at competing than the others. So we want cylinder, ring, dot. Seems pretty great. Doing selection now. Just a shape that's favored by nature. It's cool. And now I get another tool in my arsenal. I like having you do the brute force experimentation, like what happens in nature. That's really cool. Let's see, which of these is the most fit, right? Some of them aren't very good at getting over there. You're doing great, sweetie. Okay, the order matters, so let's do that. And then this. And then this. And then this. I think this will be the last. I guess we could also put it on the back end, so let's try, see, are any of these fit, right? I still can't make it to the egg. Okay, so let's go this, this, this. And then this, this, this. And this. Is it a matter of just... I don't think it's just matching the shape that we see, right? I mean, maybe it is. We already had that one. Let's see if any of those are fit. Oh! You made it! Good job. That's... I'm gonna favor the shape now. Yep. That one seems really good, right? Any of you guys fit? Oh, is it almost all fit this time? That's really interesting. There's already so many combinations now. Now we got fish. Cool and abstract, I get it. There's God's saxophone. Stingy body reflects little light. The trail has gone dark. Oh, anglerfish. Spiral. Hey, it's God. No more encores. Still sings, though its owner is gone. It definitely feels like it's the Einstein perception of God as, like, you know, the forces of physics. Golden Boy is nowhere to be found. I love how, like, explicit the title of the game is. Polar gravity claws together clouds of interstellar atoms. Tremendous pressure builds and a fire is ignited. Usually they have you do this out of order. Yeah. We're all stardust. This game learned from the theatrical cut of Blade Runner to not have the voiceover. Voiceovers can definitely work in Noir, but I think here it benefits from it just being visuals. The sun's gonna die. Follow the trail. Okay, so how's a deer gonna... be supernovas distributing rare earth elements throughout the universe? all the different segments of this game have different gameplay. Like, you're still doing everything is mediated through clicks, but hunt. It's cool. Snake. Ah. Droppings. It's the pursuit of knowledge by the scientists now. A noir detective, a hunter, right? But as you're like hunting with the information, it's being complicated in different interesting ways. You have to turn over leaves, right? Sometimes you get interrupted and you have to pick up the trail. It's cool. You'd be like having you literally turn over leaves there. That was cool. Gonna get a breakthrough here. Whoa. It's funny. Miss Mass. Call the bats. Yeah, my read is that Miss Mass is Mother Nature, and Pompadour guy is God, Golden Boy. The Noir guy's infatuation with Mother Nature is like a scientist transfixed by the laws of nature, right? There's the number. If that number is significant, 980-6650. It's not like the age of the universe. Another thing I can interact with here. That's cool. Cave paintings. A fertility idol earlier. There's that spiral. Golden ratio. Ah, but it's deer. And pick the trail back up. So this is human footprints. Where are y'all headed? Okay, so we got hunter-gatherers. Nice. Oh, shit. Oh. That was cool. Nice. I like how you keep getting the spiral in different shapes. Recurring pattern throughout the history of the cosmos. Counted a new variable. Once part of a star. I like this depiction too. This is like the beginning of expansion, right? Getting closer and closer to the present, the further to the right we go. Or the further to the left we go, I should say. Inflation, I should say. There's Pompadour God. Observe. Hunt, observe. Alright, so we're starting to see ancient humans starting to do science. Ancient astronomy. That's cool. Ursa Major. Sinister Hand. It's cool. It's like an animal. Oh no. Drum. I can't do that one yet. Okay. A village made from the heavens. It's cool. Building like henges now. Rituals around the movements of the stars and the sun. Broken heart. Liar. Tree? Oh, wings. Okay. A comb. Hello? Bracelet lost in tragedy. Celestial bird. Dove or a vulture based on the audience. Cute. We got Miss Mass again. There's a tree. Serpent or a worm? cool. Ominous weapon. Cornucopia of metal. I know you got like a Wicker Man effigy we're gonna burn. Spiral again. Passed down through the generations. Offering left on an altar. So Big Bang, inflation, further and further in time, a neutron star that stops spinning, going through the motions, avoid. Rogue planet far from home. Familiar trail, a new variable. The ashes of an ancient stellar explosion began gathering in a single point. The only histories written were in the strata of lonely geology, but this quiet would not last. I don't think the loudness is going to last either, game. I'm really curious to see how this game resolves. It was got a very like hopeful, like science optimistic attitude here. Okay, we still have a trail to follow here, and that's cool. Yeah. It's Jupiter. Oh, it's cool. I like how you spin it into the planet. It's cute. I don't want this piece of shit planet here. Not accidental. And now we have arrowheads, and spear points. I like the conceit of this game that these are all the same mystery, right? It's all the same activity. The recurring motif of following footprints. Gather, because we did hunt. Do the development of farming now. It's like the seeds from the beginning of the game. Doing agriculture. Oh, cool. Got increasingly complex textiles. Gonna see how this game contextualizes machines and automation. Because so far it's avoided really having ideology other than like kind of science optimism and like kind of like awe at the universe. But now they have an opportunity to present technology as unambiguously good, right? They might do, we'll see. They're talking about pillaging here, which is interesting. It's cool. Like pottery shards. Coins now. Got cities with walls, yep. And a ziggurat. Conquering armies. Now writing. Hey. God, I do like this spiral pompadour. Pompeii. Okay. That's cool. Rod of Asclepius. I think it's actually the Caduceus. I always get those two confused. Also a spiral. Wonder if that was their basic idea of like they hear the big bang and they think of like a gun going off, then that makes them think of like, you know, a noir murder mystery. It's always fun, I think, to try to piece together like what the seed of the idea was, right? Bows in deference to its star. The rare Earth hypothesis proposes that evolution cannot happen without such environmental hardships. The axial tilting incites the seasons, the tectonic plates that crash together, other cyclical forces of the planet drive life to thrive through resiliency and rebirth. I think more likely it's just that there's life fucking everywhere, but like it's such a brief spark in such an immeasurably huge amount of time, and it's also immeasurably far away from each other that like even if it seems astronomically unlikely that something is close enough for us to talk to it right now, but even if it was, it would be like years for our message to get there and then years for it to come back. I think it's just a numbers game that it's just there's probably life everywhere, but it's very unlikely that it exists at the same time and in the right window to talk to each other, right? And social media is the great filter, so like even if rare earth is true, there's like so many there's such a gigantic number of possibilities all across the universe for it to happen again, right? We have, what is it, the anthropic principle? Like we're here, so we have the ability to observe and comment on it. That doesn't necessarily make us special. Tectonic plates this time. Okay. The best season, objectively. Oh, cool. I like that. I do like this game's choice of black, white, and gold for everything. It's a good aesthetic. Okay. They still did that with images. What about trade now? What's one of the things we said we wanted? Water. We need one more thing. The ice looks great. That's cool. Just cause the fish to spawn. Okay. tea leaves. These, the future may be divined. Here you go, sir. Taken in lieu of unpaid taxes. Distraction from work. Tea's ready. You gonna do a violence here? The shocked Noir guy. Oh, hey, nice. The good kind of violence. That's cool. Kintsugi. It's cool. Okay, I was gonna say. Oh, I see. Destroyed children's toy. This is cool. I like this part. Kintsugi is really cool, I think. Discussions of peace over winter's tea. Hey, it's a spiral. It sees me as death. I think the hunter lady saw me earlier and briefly saw me as death. I think Kintsugi is like the perfect thing to theme that section around, with the whole rest of the game's themes around like imperfections and irregularities leading to complexity. It's cool. Look at all this evidence we have. Now, why did God break my clock? He's a dick, obviously, but near miss. Radio waves of the Big Bang echo across universe. Neutrons and photons, once heated rivals, cooled enough to come together in harmony. That's true. Yeah. Like I said, WMAP. Look up WMAP data. It's really cool to think about. You're actually peering back in time, so like you see it coming out of his gun, right? I think the CBR, the CMB was first discovered accidentally. Just like a persistent noise that was underpinning everything. It's cool. Improvisation. Stairs. I'll go this way. Hey, Babe Ross, how you doing? It's pretty quiet at the moment. Turn it up a little bit. It's like very light jazz. It's a cool game. It's about the scientific pursuit of knowledge presented as though it's like a noir mystery, like a murder mystery. So we've been through like the Big Bang and formation of stars and the formation of life and history of human civilization. Go down here. Oh, it's Teddy's Haven. I haven't heard of that one. Time kills all men. Defaced flyer for a raucous music venue. Oh, cool. Oh, sweet. I've got God's saxophone. Am I God? Is that what we're going to reveal? I didn't see what it said. Sorry, man. I didn't realize what the minigame was at first. Yeah, I really love it. Got a lot of different scenes, lots of different things to depict. It's all black, white, and gold, though. That's cool. This is a really cool sequence. Cool. It's a really cool sequence. They haven't had given you this much freedom in the whole game up to this point, so it's neat that it's in this improvisation section. Hey, thanks. This is a really cool sequence. I really like this part. challenge here is to make this part sound okay no matter what you do, right? And they did a good job with that, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So is the upright bass guy like a scientific collaborator? Oh no! What happened, upright bass guy? It also has the spiral. I think I'm very fascinated with like the golden ratio, right? Because it reoccurs in all the different vignettes throughout the game. So like, there's like the hunting scene where we're seeing humans first evolving, and they like hunt a deer, and the deer has an antler, and the antler is in the shape of the spiral. A duo discovers harmony. Okay. All right, God. Why are you shooting Mother Nature? What's going on here? And this is the Big Bang. We go forward through time as we go to the left. Rumor that goes nowhere. I really like the natural selection vignette. That was really cool. Asteroid sets a new relationship in motion. Is this the moon hitting the Earth? Well, was it Theia, the Mars-sized body that crashed into the Earth and formed the moon? Ancient Earth was barren, cold, lifeless until a collision. Yeah, astronomical body the size of Mars. Pregnant with added mass. It's Theia, right? Am I in? Mother of the moon, yeah. Theia, hypothetical planet. If I had a nickel for every upright player that was a scientific collaborator. There's a god. What's up, god? God having this spiral pompadour is a really fun touch. Collision. I think of it as like God shooting the like, you know, femme fatale dame from a noir story, and then like the detective being a scientist trying to piece creation together is a really cool parallel. I like that a lot. All Hours Diner. Oh, so we're talking about both Thea and is it the Chicxulub impact crater? Oh, I see. That's from the Noir guy throwing the rocks earlier at God. Cycles of death and rebirth. That's again on theme with the whole, like, you know, imperfections give rise to complexity. Oh, that's cool. What's up, Miss Mass? I'm supposed to be moving the mouse here, but it's a little janky. Oh, in a circle, I see. Landing on the moon. Are we going to hopefully imagine the future of scientific exploration? And like a fiber, it looks like. Shepherd tone. Or imagining the internet. This game has mostly avoided having an ideology so far, so I'm really interested in how it's going to wrap up. And you could see me. It's like a moon base. Oh, is it like a space elevator? Maybe that's what the big cable is. It's cool. Little fractal spirals everywhere. Part salvage from ancient technology. Monitoring particle collisions. It's alright. It's alright. Sorry. It kind of looks like a cloud chamber. Oh, they still kind of look like the footprints from earlier. That's cool. There we go. I got a calorimeter. I gotta get Andrea's feedback on this part, because this is basically what she does. Piece of chalk that yearns for an image to sketch. Mad at me for drawing the cool deer on your sine wave. I wanted to approximate a sine wave, right? Right. That's what this is going to be for. I'm trying to find a signal in the noise, basically. Oh, I see. Last time I was trying to do it based on vibes, but I think it's giving me a more explicit. So we do want that one all the way over. We want that one to be in the middle. Got L plus R equals 0. Want that to be all the way to the right, which it is. Want that one to be all the way to the right, which it is. All Alright, which ones am I missing here? One's not supposed to be all the way left, that was the problem. Okay, there's our sine wave. It's cool. Not quite there yet. Now I don't have to do it entirely based on vibes. Full spectrum wave. Okay. You got a question mark here. Want those to be cancel each other out again. Want that one to be all the way to the right. I want that to be all the way to the right, which it is. About the spiral, is that the one we have a question mark on? That one should stay in the middle. Well, we know what pattern we're trying to get here, at least. Center seems pretty good for that one. Looks pretty good. Cool oscilloscope. What's the other mystery one? It looks pretty close to the answer. I must just barely not be right here. I need to get those back in phase with each other. They have to cancel each other out, right? I know which ones degrade versus enhance the signal, right? That's supposed to be like in the middle, is that the difference? Doesn't seem right though. It tells me what device I'm supposed to be on, but that looks pretty clear from the image. I don't think clicking on the screen gives me a hint. I feel like I'm like super close. I must be like 1 pixel away from being right on one of these. 547. What's one of these? 5246K is this one. I want that all the way to the right, and that one all the way to the right, so that's done. And the 547 question mark on the knob, but we want the other one in the dead center, which it is. It's definitely not that, right? Center seems right for this one. What else am I missing? 801 wants it. It says question mark, but I think it's almost certainly going to be on the left side, right? Because it's a much graded signal the further to the right I go. And the last thing is the X166 is supposed to be... Maybe that's what I have to fix here. Okay, I might Google this because I'm a little stuck. Genesis Noir oscilloscope. Stuck? If there are question marks, experiment till you get there. Okay, well that's what I need help with. Collision. See if they just show me an image. I think these need to go a little bit further down. I think I adjusted them slightly at the beginning. That's right. That's right. This is apparently not right. This needs to be more like over here. Okay. That was the first, like, kind of tricky thing the game asks of you. Slowly approximating it. What am I doing with the radio dish? Okay, what do we got this time? Still have a bunch of mysteries. Which can be all the way here. At looking for signal versus noise, basically. It looks more ordered. We want to keep it more ordered. That looks way more ordered. Where we were on this one last time, that also looks more ordered. You probably have a better time trying to do this with vibes than trying to check the board. L75. Don't know. Probably too much. What else can I meaningfully adjust here? These got to come up a little bit. We want them to kind of interfere, I think. It seems pretty close. I mean, it's not the right pattern, right? Because they have to be out of phase with each other. I'm just going to try to adjust stuff here until I get it. There we go. I think that one should do a little bit better job of funneling you into the answer when you're kind of close to it, right? I think none of the other puzzles require that precise of inputs. Yeah. Interference pattern. Whoa. Vibrantly colored flowers that grow on a particle accelerator. Alright, we're gonna make a spiral this time. Let's see. See the ones that I have explicit instructions for, right? A lot of these are still question marks. I think a lot of them stay the same every round. They're almost all question marks. Okay. That's where this one was last time, I think. And it was the top right button. This is maybe different. It seems like that's noise. Okay, we definitely want that one all the way on the right. It also looks like noise. Golden ratio spiral. Yes, that's what you've been talking about all game. I get it. X over here for some reason. That looks better actually for what we're trying to do. If we're trying to get a spiral here. I don't know what we're doing with the alpha and beta. Oh. All right, close enough apparently. We approximated the spiral now. Nice. Is this Miss Mass? And no one else can see me. I'm like the muse, maybe. Dr. Alice Bowman. How to End the Big Bang. Haha. He is no man. There's this weird noir detective guy who really inspires me. Well, I mentioned the big crunch. I don't think that's the currently... I think it's going to be a big freeze, right? Like everything's just going to expand until the last proton decays and everything freezes out. Space in between particles is going to get so far that nothing can exist anymore. Okay. Cool. Okay. Oh, rebuilding the spiral. Okay. Oh, but each individual part of it, because it doesn't really matter which one I grab. That's what we're saying. Oh, no, it does. Okay. Cute. It's the golden ratio. Whoa. That seems good, right? A solution, a sacrifice. Yeah, the composition book. Get our clock back. Voices call out in interstellar space. Quiet moment of failure. Expected disappointment. Kardashev scale describes 3 stages of a civilization's development. Type 1 civilization uses all the energy on its home planet, not yet capable of considering other worlds to draw from. Yeah. You think if either of these existed, we would be able to see them? Especially type 3. Like I said, maybe, but probably not at the same time as us, and probably not anywhere near within observation or even communication distance. Observation, maybe. Communication, definitely not. Orbiting. Mid-orbit, okay. Whoa. them to a specific position where they're all very, like, biblically accurate angel rings. Dyson sphere, basically, that we're trying to build. Brings back vivid memories of the past. It's a very, like, Kurzgesagt game. Somewhere to click. All right. She warps everything around her like a black hole. Oh, things falling in through the event horizon, I see. Yeah, exactly. There's an aspect of the metaphor I'm not the biggest fan of treating like scientific exploration like a man courting a woman, right? It's already a lot of kind of gross attitudes about that among especially male, like Feynman bro physicists. Here, it's slightly more acceptable because they're doing the film noir thing, right? So it's, you know, the hard-boiled detective and the dame that walks in his door. So I think it fits the theming a little bit better. And the game has generally been pretty good about gender role stuff, like having the earlier the hunting scene. It was a lady who was doing all the hunting, right? And the scientist scene a second ago was a lady that was doing all the science. But it's dangerous territory, is what I mean to say, and I think they're more or less doing a good job with it. Given that that's the theme, I don't know what else you do, right? There's some really gross stuff. Knowing Andrea working with a lot of men in physics, there's this kind of attitude of like, oh, you know, I can understand the secrets of the universe, but I'll never understand the secret that is women. And it's like, bro, have you considered that women are people? It's not that complicated. Jesus. Really, that's funny. Yeah, if you're a person who solves problems all day, you look at people as like a puzzle to solve. Right. Metaphorical doomsday clock. Okay, now we're gonna get some ideology, maybe? How close are we to midnight right now? Nanoseconds. Just keep zooming in the resolution of the clock. I used to be a hardcore science optimist. Like, that was like essentially my religion was science optimism, right? And imagining like, you know, Kardashev scale, Type 3 civilization. Like, we got to go spread out into the galaxy. And for whatever reason, that I'm soured a bit on that now. Sirius, Vega C, Cygnus. Oh, I see. Am I just advancing time? Oh, we have to go to those specific times. Okay. 425. Oops. As it gives me a reassuring tank when I'm on the right thing. 705. And they want something from women, which is why they got to figure out the puzzle. Exactly. Come on. It's a little finicky there. Oh, it'd be like Voyager. Guess I should probably take a, like, you know that scene in Office Space where Michael Bolton's talking about, like, why don't you just go by Mike? And it's like, why should I change my name? He's the one who sucks, right? Maybe I shouldn't abandon science optimism just because the biggest dipshits on the planet, Elon Musk and those motherfuckers, claim, oh, we gotta go to space no matter what. Okay, why don't we fix some things on Earth? But yes, I also think that those things are good, but fuck you. You're ruining science optimism for me, you assholes. Here we go. Oh, is this is the Voyager Golden Disc? You don't have the naked lady on it?
Hello from the children of planet.
No, this is the Voyager recordings. It's cool.
درود بر ساکنین ماورای آسمان ها بنی آدم از آی یک پیکرند که در آفرینش ز یک گوهرند چو عضوی به درد آورد روزگار دگر عضوها را نماند قرار.
In this case, it's like, you know, oh, the purpose of humanity is to expand into the stars, and, you know, like, everything is a big arrow of progress, and things are constantly getting better, and technology is constantly improving, and one day we'll become as gods, and, right, like... It's like, I really, really admire Carl Sagan a lot. I liked him. I thought he was a great guy. I've watched everything he put out and agreed with basically everything he ever said. But there's, like, two paths you can take diverging from Carl's Sagan. One is like, hey, maybe we should like take care of each other, right? We have all this potential. We're stardust. We're, you know, a speck in a sunbeam. We're nothing. So let's get our shit together, right? And then another one is like, fuck the needs of regular people. We need to expand into space. And those people suck. I like the first people. The speakers are sadly dead. Yeah. Yeah, dipshits like Musk and Jeff Bezos have corrupted kind of the original message, and I hate it now. But it was like I said, it used to essentially be my religion. That's where I would farm all of my awe, for lack of a better word. Yeah. It's like, I want the world to be Star Trek. You know, I want fully automated luxury gay space communism. That sounds great, but we gotta like do the gay space. We gotta do the gay communism on Earth if we want to get to the luxury fully automated space part of it. And there's a growing contingent of assholes who just want the luxury part and none of the other parts. Feel. Looking for this shape in space, I take it. Looks like us. Gravitational waves emanate from the location of a destroyed planet. The detection of gravitational waves is actually super fucking cool. LIGO was like such a sensitive instrument that a truck driving down the road, like not even a mile away, could disrupt it. I think, I'm trying to remember the exact accuracy. It's something like the width of the solar system to the accuracy of the width of a human hair or something like that. Might give or take a couple orders of magnitude, but it's really, really, really precise instrument to detect gravitational waves. Okay, we're looking for another pattern here. That was a fairly recent project too. Well, I mean, it's a very long-term project, but the discovery was fairly recent. We're seeing one of those Type 2, Type 3 civilizations here. That's us. So it's distracting if we're looking for us, I think is what we're saying here. I don't know what else I can do from this here. Really want me this visible light versus like radio, right? Is what we're doing. I don't know if I'm allowed to like zoom in on this. I have to look this up in a second. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not sure. They want me to go somewhere here. It seems like where I should be looking, right? We haven't really dealt with God in a minute. I feel like the idea is we're trying to find the part of the sky that has that pattern there. Seen the convoy of tiny ships. Seen this. The Dyson swarm, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, give me a sec to Google this. Genesis Noir. Ship convoys. Orbiting and voyage. No, this is where I am. Did the first step of this just fine. I found the pattern they wanted me to find in space. It's supposed to be like their radio signature, I think is what we're saying here, right? Could try doing it based on sound, maybe? Maybe there's somewhere that's like in between the three locations that I have to be staring here. There's only two locations as far as I can tell. There's also Earth somewhere. Like Earth is like super far away because it's transmitting bright radio. Maybe it was supposed to be Earth that I clicked on the entire time. Okay, that's what I was looking for, but I thought I was looking from Earth out into space. First try. We have another. Following the trail again. I don't think your engine emits gravitational waves, manipulating space-time in unexpected ways. Okay, we got to do science fiction now. But like the gravitational waves from like two black holes colliding is like barely perceptible. Embarrassing portrait. Move away from the Big Bang. The end of the Big Bang. There is no going back. The Big Crunch. Yeah. I don't think that's what's going to happen. We're confident this shall not be our destiny. Okay, I was going to say. It seems like everything's just going to grow, drift apart until nothing can exist anymore. That was originally supposed to be the problem that the Reapers were trying to solve in Mass Effect, but they changed it because they thought people wouldn't get it. The dark energy problem that, like, everything is moving apart faster and faster over time, and it's eventually lead to the end of the universe. It's a cool idea for, like, a, you know, eldritch race of super machine gods to care about when, you know, no organic race would give a shit about it. But then they got stupid. Like the U and the L being warped by the lensing effect on the black hole. Gravitational lensing is cool. There's so much stuff where we can infer its existence because of the way it warps the stuff that's behind it. I like using the kintsugi here for the Earth with the tectonic plates. That's cool. There's a lot of good, like, recurring motifs in this game. I guess, and I would have preferred that the game not go so far into the future. But I guess it wants to say something about, like, you know, the future of humanity, the future of scientific exploration. That requires more speculation, I think. Like the way the audio abruptly cuts out whenever you do that. We use one on the Earth. Oh, shit. Voice acting. What's up?
Stop, old friend.
I kind of like there not being any voice acting until now. This is Miss Mass again. I think part of it is as we've gone into the future and started to do like scientific speculation, we've had to kind of drop the jazz film noir stuff. Oh, this is very, I was about to say, it's becoming very 2001: A Space Odyssey now.
Stop time. Beat, brother.
Stop now, eternal demon!
Please stop, ancestral spirit.
Stop worrying, time traveler.
I like this stuff better.
You have a choice,
No, man. I guess the game has been doing like, you know, David Bowie's Space Oddity, 2001 kind of abstract artistic imagery for most of the game, but then in like, I don't know, the middle 2/3 or so, like the last couple vignettes, but not this vignette, went a little bit harder into hard sci-fi, and I feel like I would leave out the hard sci-fi. I would keep it fully artistic and kind of abstract, right? I think it works better when it's abstract. Is that what you want to call Hawking radiation? Okay. Molecules do evaporate. Solitude? Oh. That's our actual future right there. See, I see it as like the heat death of the universe is imminent and certain, and nothing we do is going to matter There is no, because like that's part of what bothers me about a lot of the like scientific optimism stuff is that it's like, oh, we'll expand and we'll have a galaxy spanning empire. It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we're all gonna die. We should take care of each other right now. Right? Like, yeah, sure, you know, we should look towards the stars and try to be bigger than the Earth, but we need to take care of each other before we do any of that stuff. Like the match constantly dying and being in the vast empty darkness of space is the inevitable future no matter what. There's no stopping that. And make me run out of them. A match for running in circles. I like that. It's putting me back in this section. It's the watch that God broke, right? I like that. I like him juggling alone and the match for boredom. This is great. I like this part a lot. Match for the unexpected. Yeah, it's like there's two ways to look at it. It's like, you know, you see all of the progress of human knowledge and scientific exploration, and you realize how insignificant we are and how there is no eternity, there is no future. And so you're like, okay, we got to take care of each other today. And there's the other one where you look at that same corpus of information and you conclude, well, screw everyone today. All that matters is the future, right? I'm going to sacrifice the present on the altar of the future. Like, if millions of people need to die now, billions of people need to die now so that we can go to space, I'll do it. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it still ends in heat death, right? No matter how far we get in the game. Match for planning. This is almost talking about, like, hedonism, right? Like, we may as well keep ourselves interested. Match for escape. It's not going to work, though, right? Don't work. This is, like, really crucial to the game's message. I feel like the tone of the game has been too hopeful now for him to just die in the dark, but I feel like that's what has to happen now. Spark another big bang or something. It's the end of Final Fantasy 13, where it turns out that Final Fantasy 13 birthed our universe. Our universe is Final Fantasy 13-4. I think we're gonna do the new Big Bang thing. Yeah, billions can die now. It means I personally never need to face my mortality. Yeah. That's really at the heart of it, right? They're cosplaying as scientific optimists. Whoa. Singularity. Singular. Okay, I see. Oh, we've got color other than black, white, and gold for the first time. That's interesting. An inaccurate statue. Accurate statue. I don't know what a sequel could possibly be about. It's a really cool decision to not have any voice acting until these last couple chapters.
You're mad,
I also like that it's a bunch of different people's voices.
but you're here now. We see. You're missing so much. More than an arm.
Oh, cool.
You look at me.
I like the NB God being.
And I can see.
The love we share.
Eternally.
I like that we got all this other color now. That's cool. This is a neat sequence. Cool smoking. That's cool. The hunter. It's different, like, archetypical characters from earlier in the game. More spirals. I think this is also a thematic point that I think Interstellar was trying to do, but Chris Nolan didn't want to spend the time to earn it, so it feels kind of bad in that movie. I like it as a message, but I think it's like got to be the focus of your entire runtime. I don't think this game has been about love is what matters. I agree with that. Like, that's the right take, I think. Yell at yourself from behind a bookshelf. Just like the... That's funny. It's the oscilloscope thing from earlier. Scientist. It's gonna be our new Big Bang. Kintsugi again. I really like that part of the theme of the game. I think it's gonna be more beautiful once broken, right? The imperfection is what makes it special. There we go. Next time I break something, I'd like to see if I can figure out how to do the Kintsugi repair thing with the gold leaf. It's really pretty looking. Four elemental human beings. A hunter-gatherer, a ronin, a jazz man, and a lady scientist. Fire, air, earth, and water. I have another puzzle here. Vision of a flowering future brings back vivid memories of the past. After the big, like, them dancing sequence, they're like panting. It's like, one-armed Noir man, how was your time with Ascendant NB God Being? I read the white, glowing, short-haired hottie as like the future of humanity or the potential for humanity. They haven't really dealt with God. It would look like the tree of knowledge. People worshiping God. I like this. This is a cool sequence here. That's us.
Can we stop it?
No. That's the whole point. Are you looking at me? Hey, it's me. Hi. Oh, that's cool. It has the observer. I like that a lot, actually. Benjamin Winter. Just gonna all get merged, I suppose. Didn't turn out great. A lot of effort in little scenes like that, right? Like, that was a shitload of work to model all this stuff that I just zoomed through in a couple seconds. Endless hunt. The hunters saw me as the demon. That said a familiar face. A revolution begins. Now, fuck agriculture. Well, now you fucked up. Now you fucked up and you can't put it back. Me behind the bookcase in Interstellar yelling at ancient humans not to invent agriculture. No! Is this the jazz man playing the hits? It's kind of funny looking, actually. All played out. Poor guy. Do you shoot somebody? This section almost feels like cut ideas from the main game. It's weird. It's just the Adam West Batman like pow noise. All right, so we got the scientist now. Inquiry into relativity. All-consuming inquiry. I feel like this part probably should have come before the like pretty song about love and dancing around with the NB god being. Okay, Mary 2001, I gotcha. The like momentum and the emotion was really strong there, and I think it was just kind of slowing down for this section. Well, that seems bad. All right, you guys good? Hey, it's my watches. Rewind through the whole game up to this point. Hmm.
You don't have to say it anymore.
Spiral one more time. Bubble theory states there's a multiverse beyond our universe. Yeah, they've been showing that in all the cutscenes. Flashes of color illuminate my mind as the mushroom reaches my rumbling stomach and I sit straight as an arrow. Okay, we're back on the Ronin. Now we're on the Jazz guy. Scientist. Our imagination embodies the dark unknown in myth. I think this like wall of text at the end is the game at its weakest. I think it's been almost entirely dependent on visuals until now. It wasn't that much text, I guess, but I think the first 90 minutes of this game were extremely fucking good. Like some of the best I've seen in games. Oh, interesting. Exodus. I don't know what the Noir guy losing the arm means. Like, I don't think anything in this game is supposed to have a one-to-one intended meaning, but that one I don't even have a guess for. Multiverse. This has all happened before.
You don't have to save anyone.
Do it anyway. Okay, that's interesting. I'll do this one. I make you commit, okay. Do it all again. I think that that's the right answer. I mean, it's intended to not be one answer that's correct, but knowing that it all ends in nothing, do it anyway, right, is my interpretation of that. That's nice. No man is alone. Not alone. That's good. Yeah, I enjoyed this game. I would say that the first 90 minutes were way stronger than the back half of it. I think I wouldn't say it overstayed its welcome, but it had several natural ending points that probably it should have taken those off ramps. It felt a little self-indulgent after a while, for lack of a better word. At the beginning, when it's like, let's explore, scientific pursuit of knowledge and trying to understand our history and do that through the lens of like noir mystery, I think that was really, really good. And I think the point at which the game started to kind of lose me is when we did the oscilloscope minigame. One, because it was like not a difficulty spike, it was a puzzle complexity spike, and not really in a good way. The game's not hard by any stretch. It's not supposed to be. It's essentially a walking simulator. But it's a really solid one, and it has lots of cute little sequences where you're doing really straightforward, simple minigames. But I think they added a little bit too much complexity to the oscilloscope minigame. You would look at the blackboard and it wouldn't tell you what the variables were supposed to be, and it was a little bit too precise what you needed the bars to be at. And I think as soon as they started to get into the realm of like speculative future science fiction, they kind of lost control of the noir metaphor a little bit, and it took them a long time to come back to it. There were still scenes after that point that I thought were really good. Like, I really liked the scene with the song, where we kept, zooming into the different stories, but then the tension of that was completely cut, and we did several more vignettes after that point that were very, very slow, and it felt like it was like cut storyboard content for the game. I think overall it's like a very pretty game. I like that all the different sequences look totally different from each other. There's all different perspectives. There's completely different mini games all the time. Call this place the Constant. What existed before the Big Bang? Yeah, that's a meaningless question. You can definitely detect there's a lot of themes in there. Some of them I think are more meaningful than others. I think the love that we share part in the song was really cool, and I kind of wish that was the direction the game took it. I never got like frisson from this game, right? It never really gave me chills. It was interesting, and it had lots of pretty images, and I felt like it was good at putting interesting images on the screen without telling the audience what they were supposed to feel. You're supposed to kind of interpret them yourself. But I think it spent a little bit too long with the premise, and I think if it had been more like a 2-hour game, it would have been like perfect length. Yeah, it's like how white is black, right? How red is happiness is just a non-question. I think the game is very technically impressive, though. Like, the audio is really good, the visuals are incredible. Like I said, some of the mini games are really solid, and I had a good time with the whole thing. Just because I thought the first 90 minutes were better than the back half doesn't mean that I think the back half was terrible or anything. I very frequently I'll finish an amazing game and be like, wow, that didn't overstay its welcome at all. It was the perfect length. Here I was like, it probably should have ended like an hour or maybe 2 hours earlier. I think that there's enough stuff to chew on for this concept. I think this is potentially a 4 or 5 hour concept, but I think that once it started getting away from the basic conceit, it lost me a little bit. But it was still really, really good. I would say the first 90 minutes were a 10 out of 10 for me, and the back half of the game was like a 7 to 8 out of a 10, depending on the vignette. I thought it was really trying to explore some cool ideas there with, like, God shot Mother Nature, and the process of science is like exploring the crime scene and trying to reconstruct what happened. really cool. They basically abandoned the god concept. And maybe they're doing that intentionally because it's like, well, society has abandoned God. God is dead, so we're going to drop the whole guy with a pompadour thing. But I thought that part was kind of an interesting concept. And maybe the pompadour guy got kind of merged into the player character No Man at some point. Yeah, overall, really good game. I did enjoy it on the whole. I'd say if you take it holistically, it's probably a 8 out of 10 or so for me. My favorite individual puzzle segment was probably the natural selection one. I thought that was really clever and made a lot of sense. There's a lot of Kickstarter backers. Can I? Okay. I would like to see more games that are like this, though. Like, whether or not this completely 100% hit the mark for me. I like more artistic games like this that are willing to just kind of show you interesting images and, you know, challenge you to interpret what you think it means. I think we have still kind of a dearth of that, definitely in like the AAA space, but not as much in the indie space. It's getting better, right? We're seeing more and more developers who are inspired by a wider range of media that's not just video games that they grew up on, and that's really cool. I think that's how that gets us something like Genesis Noir. But great concept, fun game. I really enjoyed it. Thanks to Zalua for putting it on Subblock.